Welcome back, everybody. Matt and the Matt here. Hope you're doing well. So, I'm just going to tell you right now, people, subscribe to the channel. Because from here on out, you're going to be getting a lot of Batman news coming. And now you're going to get a lot of Batman news. And we're getting ready for them to start shooting the new Batman movie. So, if you've been on this podcast going, when is this motherfucker going to talk about Batman? Now is the time to subscribe. Like Harvey Dent. I believe in Harvey Dent. I believe in Matt the Matt. Subscribe to the channel. Trust me, it'll be worthwhile for the next 2 years. We got some more Batman news, people. We got some more Batman news. So a couple of days ago, we a bomb. Like a big boom, bomb, bam. You know, like a week ago we heard about Scarlett Johansson joining the Batman Part 2. Emma Stone was originally going to get the role. She didn't want the role. Scarlett Johansson, in a fury, viciously went after the role. They're still in talks, but basically she has the role if she wants it. And we thought, wow, Scarlett Johansson, that's big for her. After coming off of 10 years of Marvel, now jumping into another comic book franchise, oh boy. But it is the Batman, and nobody says no to the Batman. Well, they do, hence I'm still single. And we thought, wow, that's huge. But now, we got another bomb drop. Brad Pitt. That's right. The Pitt to our Brad. No. In the Pit. Like racing. Like the movie he was just in, F1. Hey. He got two. No. Brad Pitt. And I'm telling you right now, when they said Brad Pitt's name, I said, Harvey Dent. Excuse me, I want to drive. I just said Harvey Dent. You look at Brad Pitt, and you know Harvey Dent. Now somebody like, he looks too old to me. I mean, Brad Pitt's not old. I mean, he's in his 60s, or late 50s, but he don't look that. You saw him in F1, he don't look that age. Not at all. He's like Tom Cruise. They don't really age. They don't age. And I was like, oh my god, Harvey Dent. And then we were like, really? Harvey Dent? And then he like way older than Robert Pattinson. Hey, if he's just playing a district attorney, he doesn't have to be the same age as Bruce Wayne. He can be older. Val Kilmer and Tommy Lee Jones were not the same age, people. Now, maybe Christian Bale and Aaron Eckhart were similar, but you can have an older district attorney. Why not? That would maybe even make it more interesting. Because he could come at Batman with more knowledge and more being there for the city as an older district attorney to Bruce Wayne, Batman. And I just said Harvey Dent. I don't know who else you would cast Brad Pitt in a Batman movie other than Harvey Dent. Unless he ends up playing like Bruce Wayne's father in flashbacks. Or Mr. Freeze. I could have seen him as Mr. Freeze. I won't lie. That could have been interesting. But Harvey Dent, yes. Now we just found out that, yes, they did offer Brad Pitt the role, and he turned it down, but it wasn't for Harvey. No. But it was for a dent. He almost put a dent in that role. No. It was going to be Christopher Dent, the father, Home Alone. I never even heard that Harvey Dent had a father in the comics. Now I know. The father. Now I don't know how big of a role Christopher Dent would have had. Maybe he had to tie in with the Wayne family, with the corruption. Primarily in the comic, he was very abusive to Harvey, and that could have been interesting. So, what do we learn from all of this? Number one, Matt wasn't completely off his rocker. He was saying Dent, he just didn't know it meant the other Dent. Also, we learned in this whole article that came out that Scarlett Johansson is looking at playing Gilda Gold, a.k.a. Gilda Dent, the wife of Harvey Dent. So I mentioned that in my Scarlett Johansson podcast, that she might be playing Gilda Dent, Harvey Dent's wife, the holiday killer in The Long Halloween, one of the main inspirations for the Batman, and it looks like that's going to continue that's why it's called the Batman Part 2, not the Batman 2, not the Batman and blah blah blah, the Batman Part 2, like we have The Godfather, and then we have The Godfather Part 2, and still going on. Well, in the Batman, we open the movie on Halloween night, and there's a killing on Halloween. Guess what? This next movie, The Batman Part 2, could open on Christmas, since it's wintertime, and there's another killing. The Holiday Killer. Not only that, or on Thanksgiving. You can open the movie on Thanksgiving. There's a killing. Turkey Day. And then you have another killing a month later on Christmas. The Holiday Killer. So I mentioned Gilda Dent, and it looks like I am right. Oh baby. Oh baby. So, but it says we're going to get Harvey Dent, Gilda Dent, and Christopher Dent. The whole fucking Dent family. I didn't know there were so many Dents. You put way too many Dents in that wall over there. I'll stop. But it also means we are getting a Harvey Dent. We are getting Harvey. And I said that too in my last podcast. The last district attorney died in the last movie. Peter Sarsgaard got his head blown off. So they're going to need a new district attorney. You're not going to have a Batman film with no district attorney, especially where Gotham is at the end of the movie, flooded. You're going to need someone to come in and help Batman clean up the city. Harvey Dent. I believe in Harvey Dent. Have you seen Harvey? Have you? Harvey. I'm looking for Harvey. Have you seen him? Harvey? And that means they're going to be looking at a Harvey Dent. Now, are they looking at a Harvey Dent that's the same age as Robert Pattinson? Are they going to go with a little bit older Harvey Dent? It also brings up, my friend, my people. If they didn't get Brad Pitt, Oscar Academy Award-winning actor, two-time, he won for producer on 12 Years a Slave, and he won for Best Supporting Actor for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love Brad Pitt. He's not in my top 5, but and you know how amazing that would have been? The guy who was in Seven, the movie that was also inspired by the Batman, the David Fincher movie, that a lot of the Batman was there. Then we had that Seven feel, David Fincher vibe. Did they get Brad Pitt to be in a Batman movie in the same feel of Seven? And once again, we go back to the point of they were looking at an actor of caliber of a Brad Pitt, which means they're going to be going after someone in the same echelon of a Brad Pitt. Now, I know what some of you are going to say. No, they're not. I hope they don't. George Clooney? Meanwhile, can you imagine if we hear in another week from now, George Clooney as Christopher Dent? Oh my God, people will lose their minds. Hey, they should go after Tom Cruise. I'm not even joking about that. If they were going after Brad Pitt, who would be on the other echelon of that caliber of a Brad Pitt? Tommy Boy, Tom Cruise. That would be interesting. Because they're going after high caliber actors. Now we're not talking about Harvey Dent, we're talking about Christopher Dent, the father. Now they say in the article it was months ago that they were looking at Brad Pitt. So it's been months, which means they're probably already looking at other actors. I would not be surprised if by the end of December, easily, we find out who ends up taking on that role. Remember, they went to Emma Stone for whoever Scarlett Johansson, if it is Gilda Dent, and they know Emma, Scarlett Johansson. Now, I don't know how long in between from Emma Stone to Scarlett it took, but it has already been a few months since Brad Pitt. I will not doubt very soon, in another week or so, we hear who actually has the role of Christopher Dent. Now, Harvey Dent is a whole nother ball of wax, people. Harvey Dent. Oh boy, excuse me, I want to drive. About what's sale. And once again, with Harvey Dent, it will be interesting. Because based on the story of The Long Halloween, Harvey Dent doesn't become Two-Face till way down the line. So are we going to get a Harvey Dent that's already Two-Face? I mean, can we have like a Bonnie and Clyde of Harvey and Gilda Dent committing these murders? And then of course in The Long Halloween, they were going after mob bosses. Well, most of the mob bosses are dead. So is this going to be a case of Harvey Dent is now running for district attorney in Gotham with other candidates, and Gilda Dent is killing the other candidates that are also running for district attorney in order for her husband Harvey to be the main, who ends up getting the position on technicality. Everyone else is dead. Who knows? Then we like that, we get to Harvey Dent. Who is gonna be, and if they're, like you said, they're going after big actors. You got, like I said, you look at that first movie, Paul Dano. You got Paul Dano in there. You got Andy Serkis. You got Jeffrey Wright. So you got John Turturro, Colin Farrell, big actors. And now they're going even bigger with this one, with Scarlett Johansson. They're looking at Brad Pitt. So who can be Harvey Dent? You know what? You see, I also thought Brad Pitt could have been a great Harvey Dent because of the movie 7. Because at the end of that movie, when he spirals out of control and loses it and starts killing our boy Kevin Spacey, he just loses it. That to me would have been Harvey Dent right there. But anyway, going back to who can play Harvey Dent, I don't know. I got one actor in mind. Probably someone you would never expect to be Harvey Dent. Now, I think he's having a resurgence, and that's Josh Hartnett. I'm not gonna lie. I think Josh Hartnett would be perfect for Harvey Dent. I mean, if you've seen him recently, he's having an upswing, whether it's in Oppenheimer, whether it was in that last M. Night Shyamalan movie. He also did that other movie that came out earlier this year, Fight or Flight, which he was like the best part. It was really energized and real fun, but also crazy at the same time. He played a more serious side, like in Oppenheimer, mixed with the crazy, wacky, loony, like in the M. Night Shyamalan movie, mixed with what we got in Fight or Flight. Josh Hartnett might actually be a perfect, look, he's good looking, and that's going to be the mirror image of Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne. Also, they tie Harvey Dent to be like a childhood friend to Bruce Wayne back in the day, almost like a hush. That would work. They're around the same age, Pattinson and Hartnett. So, I could see Josh Hartnett being Harvey Dent, Two-Face. But are there other actors? Off the top of my head, you can say Glenn Powell, for that matter. Good-looking guy, around the same age as Robert Pattinson. I would actually go more with Josh Hartnett. Well, let me know in the comments below. Do you like this idea now of, we're going to have Christopher Dent, the father, Harvey Dent, Harvey Dent. I believe in Harvey Dent. And his wife, Gilda Dent. A whole lot of dents in that wall. The Dent family. Who knew? That's what they should call the subtitle. The Batman Part 2. The Dents. Let's see if this movie puts a dent in the Batman franchise. Anyway, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. What do you think about the Dents? Are you happy to have Harvey Dent? Or Christopher Dent? Or Gilda Dent? Or you just like, no more dents in that wall?